I took that money and I came to Ghana and started building in Ghana. And now I own 2 homes. I own a business and I'm in real estate.
Owning 2 homes in just 4 years.
Yes. People that follow Trump were seizing our capital.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
It's the most heinous and disrespectful act that I've ever seen happen in my home. People were climbing the walls. They broke into Congress. They did all kind of disgusting and disrespectful things. They hurt people. Some people died. They were just wreaking havoc in protest for their leader.
You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Ghanaian landlords, if they rent out a place to you, they do it a year or 2.
Hello everyone, this is Eli from Africa and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're gonna do this video of Ghana that is
To do business with me because I was a Black American, because I was a woman. They said it to my face. Don't let fear stand in the way. I almost didn't come here. You have to be prepared with no expectation. Everything that you think or expect will challenge you. I've learned that everybody doesn't want you to be successful. Even when they tell you that to your face, I felt like this is what I am choosing. And no matter what obstacles will come to me, I will find my way. I'm supposed to be here.
Hello guys, and welcome back again to another amazing episode. And this is the Diaspora Transition episode, where we have dialogue with diasporan currently living here on the continent who relocated from the UK, US, and any other diasporan countries. We dive into their life, reasons of moving to the continent, and even how they are holding up here living in Africa, Ghana. So today we do have here someone very special. She goes by the name Marissa. She is huge in real estate, sales executive. She sells all the beautiful houses here in Ghana. She also is huge in beauty. You know, her background has been in beauty, cosmetics, making sure the ladies look very pretty. And yeah, she decided to leave the US 4 years ago to be here in Ghana. And I'm like, wait, why do you want to do that? So she's here on the show to talk to me about her reasons for doing so. So without further ado, Marissa, welcome on the show.
Thank you, Hayford. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. It's been a long time coming. I really wanted you to come on the show, but I think it's the right time now.
It's perfect.
Perfect time. People are watching you. They might not know who you are. I introduced you briefly. Can you introduce yourself again to people watching you for the first time?
Absolutely. My name is Marissa. I'm from Washington, D.C. originally. I moved to Ghana in 2020, 4 years ago. I brought my beauty business from America to Ghana. I opened up a med spa with my sister and my brother. We all moved here together. Since we've been here, we've had 2 locations that were very successful.
Wow.
Right here in Ghana, in East Legon, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a good location.
It is. It
Wow.
is prime time. This is where we work. This is where we live. A lot of other diasporans are here as well.
True.
And since then, we've moved to a concierge format where we actually go to the client.
Oh, like home delivery service?
Yes. Mobile.
Mobile, okay.
And we work with a lot of tour companies as well as doing tours as well. But my big excitement right now is, of course, about my real estate.
Right.
Yes.
Where we are currently filming this episode is called Jendu Place. Jendu is a co-working space located in East Legon, very close to American House. If you come from the US, UK, you have an online work that you have to, be on your computer every day. You need the internet, first of all. You need constant electricity. Jendu Place is the place for you. They do have solar grid. They don't even use the local electricity. It's just for backup. So there's no way you would run out of electric or it would go down. The Wi-Fi is constant. So make sure you check it out. And when you get here, tell them you're coming from Web Nation Africa. You might get a discount. Leaving, what made you want to leave Washington, D.C., like the USA?
Yes.
And you know where I'm coming from as a Ghanaian. What made you want to leave the USA?
Wow. For me personally, just coming to Ghana, I was just seeking business opportunities. I knew that I would have a connection. This is the motherland. This is my home. I always wanted to live in Africa.
Yeah.
But I didn't know like this would be the time and this would be the path for me. But I just came and said, oh, let me just see what's going on. And my sister had been here before, and she would say, oh, we have to check it out. We have to like seek business opportunities. It's booming. Now's the time. And in DC, this happened before. We call it gentrification, like where prices are low, things are very stable, and people come in who may be very wealthy. They buy up all the property, they buy up all the businesses, and now the city is choked for another 30 years with very high prices, and it's hard to break entry as a new business or a newcomer.
Yeah.
So we saw the emerging market in Ghana and decided, oh, why not just check it out? And I fell in love. I fell in love with Ghana on first sight.
Wow.
As soon as I got to the airport, it reminded me so much of my first second home, Jamaica. And I said, well, this is like Jamaica, but with enterprise.
Is that where your heritage is from?
Well, I have in my bloodline, but I grew up going there with my family in the summers. And so that was my first piece of Africa.
Wow.
And when I got to Ghana, I said, no, this has so much more. And it felt so vast, like the possibilities were just endless. And I'm hungry for that. That adventure, I like. I have to have it. So from that point, I was just moving one step forward to plan my life here. And I taught a class. I was well received. I made great connections. And then I looked for commercial spaces and started moving my things. But in that transition was the insurrection on the Capitol in Washington, D.C., where I'm from. I don't know if you're familiar with what happened, but the Trumpsters,
Brief me.
Make America Great Again,
Right.
people that follow Trump, were seizing our Capitol. That's like our White House, our Jubilee House. And it's the most heinous and disrespectful act that I've ever seen happen in my home in Washington, D.C. And it was so bad.
What went down? For people who don't know what happened.
So people were climbing the walls of the U.S. Capitol. And they broke into Congress. They raided it. They did all kind of disgusting and disrespectful things. They hurt people. People went to jail. Some people died. They were just wreaking havoc in protest for their leader at the time, who lost the presidential election.
Right.
And they wanted to take their country back. These people were white, and they had an agenda. I don't want to get into all the details. It's pretty traumatic for me, actually, because the U.S. told us we couldn't come home. If you're from D.C., don't come home.
Wow.
And it took weeks to be able to be received back home. I never have been told, don't come back home. And from living in D.C., we've experienced many different emotional, traumatic events. 9/11, what was the other one? The sniper, the D.C. sniper, where a man and his child were going around shooting people at gas stations at school.
Hello everyone, I think you're doing well from wherever you're watching me from. This is Eli from Africa, and today I want us to discuss and talk about we've been seeing a massive number of blacks migrating from the diaspora. I mean, from UK, the States, and Canada, Spain, going back to their native countries, I mean in Africa. And there has been a rising concern about this matter, and today I want to we talk about this lady who is moving from the United States to Ghana. And there is a lot to be talked about. As she says, since she moved to Ghana, she has achieved a lot, how together with some friends that she moved in with. And this is evident, as you can see she owns a lot of residents, like apartments I mean, and whatever she couldn't have owned if she could have stayed in the States. She is working and doing business between Africa, Ghana and USA, and this means that she's trying to balance in, and the most balanced equation in this case is Ghana. Like, she has achieved a lot since moving in, and this was, as a fact, as a matter, it was brought in with the disparities that are in the United States, which do not favor the black people, which have entirely affected their well-being and their stay in the States. And this is about, I'm talking about racism and lack of jobs. I mean, good jobs, like you can be educated, you have the papers, but you can't have, or you can't get that good job because the black people are associated with crime. Like, whenever they see you, like, they see crime, they see a an aggressive person, a person who can't be controlled easily. And for this matter, many black people have gone without jobs in the States, and the life is so much difficult. You just know the kind of life that people go through in the States. It's kind of expensive. You have to spend a lot of dollars. Like a studio apartment costs up to $1,000 a month. That's the rent. And if you were to have that cash in Africa, in an African country or in an African environment, that could have done a lot. In some countries, that's enough to purchase a land and maybe to start a small construction or have a small business. But in the UK or in the States or in Spain or in Canada, Mexico, that's way too less. In a month, you can spend up to 10K. And in Africa, that's a lot of cash. In some countries, it's quite millions of money. And that can be used to start a business, run a business. And this is just a testimony that there is a lot that can be achieved in Africa when you just put in the effort and you have that cash and you have the brains. You can achieve a lot rather than staying in an environment where you are not wanted, in an environment where there are a lot of disparities which do not favor the black people, in an environment where you are not appreciated. Your education is actually not appreciated at all, in an environment where you feel like this is not where I should be. Why should I receive this much hatred for doing absolutely nothing? You are being good, but some people are just rude and they have a lot of hatred towards you. So this is just to show you, the black people in the diaspora, that it is possible. It can be done. When you come to Africa, you can achieve a lot. There is a lot that can be achieved when you come in groups and start a business. Do not come and start from scratch, because in Africa too, life is expensive in some countries. So there have been a lot of economic hurdles in Africa. But despite that, with that cash you have, with that small amount that you can manage in the United States or in Spain or in the UK, in Africa, that's way much to start a life, to start a business and to buy a land. Let me know of whatever you think of this video in the comment section. And if it's the first time you're coming across this channel, please consider subscribing and share the content widely, and let's make it work. Thank you so much, my people.